ഹായ്, ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. നമ്മുടെ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിലേക്ക് മത്സരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന കോശി ഒ തോമസിൻ്റെ ക്യാമ്പയിനിലാണ് ഞാനിപ്പോൾ നിൽക്കുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് ഒത്തിരി മലയാളികൾ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്, അവരെയൊക്കെ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ആദ്യത്തെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമ്മുടെ ജോർജ് ഈപ്പനോടായിരുന്നു. അതായത് ക്യൂൻസ് കൗണ്ടിയിലേക്ക് മത്സരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന ശ്രീ കോശി ഒ തോമസിന് എന്തെല്ലാം രീതിയിലാണ് വിജയസാധ്യത ഉള്ളത്, അതിനുവേണ്ടി എന്തെല്ലാം പ്രയത്നങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യാനുള്ളത് ഒന്ന് വിവരിച്ചാലും.
ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23ലേക്ക് കൗൺസിൽമാനായിട്ട് മത്സരിക്കുന്ന കോശി ഒ തോമസിൻ്റെ ഇലക്ഷൻ ക്യാമ്പയിൻ മീറ്റിംഗാണ് സംബന്ധിക്കുകയാണ് ഇന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വിജയത്തിന് വേണ്ടി അക്ഷീണം പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കൂട്ടം മലയാളികളാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ പിന്നിലുണ്ട്. ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23യെ റെപ്രസെൻ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഒരു മലയാളി വരിക എന്നുള്ളത് ന്യൂയോർക്കിലേക്ക് ഒരു അഭിമാനമാണ്. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വിജയത്തിന് വേണ്ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23യിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ന്യൂയോർക്കിലുള്ള എല്ലാ മലയാളികളുടെയും സഹായ സഹകരണം ഈ സമയത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾ അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു, ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. അതിനുവേണ്ടിയുള്ള വിജയാശംസകൾ നേരുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. എൻ്റെ പേര് ഈപ്പൻ ജോർജ്. ഞാൻ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് മലയാളി കൗൺസിലിൻ്റെ പ്രസിഡൻ്റ് കൂടിയാണ്. ആ രീതിയിലും എല്ലാ ആൾക്കാരോടും ഞാൻ ആഹ്വാനം ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Hi, good evening. My name is Biju Chako. I represent Indo-American Press Club. I'm the General Secretary for the Press Club. I'm here to support Koshy O. Thomas, who is running for City Council District 23. So we as an Indian community here gathered with all the community leaders here to promote him to win this primary elections for June 22nd. So I encourage every citizen to go out there and vote for the primary and spread the word and help get an Indian elected to the city council. Thank you.
I want to congratulate Koshy Thomas for District 23. He's fighting for the first time, and I would appreciate that everyone, all the Malayalis, non-Malayalis, everyone would cooperate with him and make his election a success. And personally, I wish him all the best and a successful election. Thank you.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. എൻ്റെ പേര് ക്രിസ്റ്റഫർ ഫെർണാണ്ടസ്. ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നത് പിൽഗ്രിം റിയാലിറ്റി ഇൻ ന്യൂ ഹൈറ്റ് പാർക്ക്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 45 വർഷമായി ന്യൂയോർക്ക് റെസിഡൻ്റാണ്. 30 കൊല്ലമായി ഞാൻ കോശിയെ അറിയും. നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ കോശി ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റിയിലെ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23യിലെ കൗൺസിൽമാനായി മത്സരിക്കുകയാണ്. ന്യൂയോർക്കിലുള്ള എല്ലാ സഹോദരന്മാരുടെയും സഹകരണം അദ്ദേഹം ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരും സഹകരിക്കണം എല്ലാവിധത്തിലും, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ധനപരമായിട്ടും. എല്ലാ ഭാവങ്ങളും നേർന്നുകൊണ്ടും നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാം സഹകരണങ്ങൾ പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ടും ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകളെ ചുരുക്കുന്നു. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്.
ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ 23ലേക്ക് മലയാളികളുടെ മനസ്സറിഞ്ഞ കോശി ഒ തോമസ് ഒരു കാൻഡിഡേറ്റാണ് എന്നുള്ള വിവരം മലയാളികളായ നമുക്ക് ഓരോരുത്തർക്കും ഇവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ അറിയാം. അതിനുവേണ്ടി ക്യാമ്പയിൻ നടക്കുന്ന ഈ മീറ്റിങ്ങിൽ കോശി ഒ തോമസിന് എല്ലാവിധമായിട്ടുള്ള മംഗളങ്ങളും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. മലയാളികളെ ഇത്രത്തോളം സ്നേഹിക്കുകയും അവരുടെ ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ അറിഞ്ഞ് അവരോടൊത്ത് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന കോശി ഒ തോമസ് നമുക്കൊക്കെയും ഒരു മുതൽക്കൂട്ടാണ്. ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിലിലേക്ക് മത്സരിക്കുന്ന കോശിക്ക് എല്ലാവിധമായ ആശംസകളും ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം കൂടെ അറിയിക്കുകയും അദ്ദേഹത്തെ സാമ്പത്തികമായും നമ്മുടെ പേഴ്സണലായും അദ്ദേഹത്തെ വേണ്ടതുപോലെ സഹായിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് ന്യൂയോർക്ക് ഇവിടെയുള്ള ഓരോ മലയാളികളെയും പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് ആഹ്വാനം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഞാനിവിടെ പിൽഗ്രിം റിയാലിറ്റിയുടെ ബ്രോക്കറാണ്. ഈ ഒരു സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ കോശിയോടൊത്ത് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന കോണം സാധിച്ചത് ഒരു വലിയ അനുഗ്രഹമായിട്ട് തന്നെ ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ ഓരോരുത്തരെയും പ്രാർത്ഥനയും സഹകരണവും കോശിയോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം എന്ന് അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ.
It's a great pleasure to be joining you all in support of our dear friend Koshy Thomas, who is a candidate for City Council from District 23. I'm aware and painfully aware that he is being challenged by another 3 Indian Americans, which should not happen. And I was just in an informal chat with George Abraham and Koshy, toying with the idea that it's more important to have an Indian American in the council than to have A or B or C or D. I don't know whether it works or not, but I will certainly like to broach the subject with all these 4 candidates, Indian American candidates, that if they agree, we could have a lottery system where whosoever wins the lottery alone contests, and we can be assured of the victory of an Indian American. We have, as Mr. Koshy told me, more than 5,000 voters of Indian origin here. And we need only 2,000 votes to win. I don't know whether the idea can work or not, but then I think sometimes the very foolish ideas can lead to a wise decision. Having said that, I would personally like to support Koshy Thomas, who has been working for the community, with the community over the last about 15 years that I know him. We had been together on many platforms. The last was when we all endorsed, the Indian Panorama endorsed this Tom Swazi, and later it was Melinda Katz. Melinda Katz for DA. And Malini is there. She was the one who organized it. Thank you, Malini. That was a wonderful event. And I look forward to Koshy being supported by not only Malayalis, but by all kinds of Indian Americans, He deserves to be there. He would be, I'm sure he would be the best representative of all of us from District 23. I'm aware also of the things that have been going on. For example, if you don't live here, you don't have a right to contest from this district. That is the first requirement, that you have to be a domicile, a resident of this district. And all those who know a candidate does not live here, you should point it out honestly. You should not be afraid of challenging his candidature or her candidature. Well, there are so many things that we can say, but I would probably leave it at this point. That if we have to support Koshy, we have to support him in every way, financially. That's very important, because a campaign can be run only when you have a lot of money with you. The success of a campaign lies in having pockets full. So all of you, whosoever, as much as you can, as much as I can, I would support him monetarily, and also through my newspaper, the Indian Panorama. I will work out a plan to endorse him in times to come. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak with you. Thank you so much. All the best, Koshy.
എൻ്റെ പേര് കളത്തിൽ വർഗീസ്, നാസ കണ്ടി ഡെമോക്രാറ്റിക് പാർട്ടിയുടെ വൈസ് ചെയറായിട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. Koshy Thomas is running for the District 23 in New York City Council seat. Koshy is an outstanding leader, a dedicated person, and he is willing to work for the community. He is all over. Wherever you need him, he is always there. Please support Koshy Thomas for his victory for the council seat in New York City. We need someone from our community to represent us, and he is the right candidate. He is very capable to represent us. I wish him all the success. I request all our community leaders, please support Koshy Thomas for his victory and also for his primary election. Please support. This is our community. This is our person. We need him to win this election and to represent to council seat in New York City. This is an opportunity for our community, and please don't hesitate. Contact your friends, family to vote for Koshy Thomas for his victory. Thank you.
നമസ്കാരം, എൻ്റെ പേര് അജിത് കൊച്ചുകുടിയിൽ എബ്രഹാം. ഇന്ന് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മളുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസ് ഡിസ്ട്രിക്റ്റ് 23 മത്സരിക്കുന്ന ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ മെമ്പറായി മത്സരിക്കുന്ന നമ്മളുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസിന് മലയാളി കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയുടെ എല്ലാവിധ പിന്തുണയും പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുവാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇവിടെ എല്ലാ ലീഡേഴ്സും കൂടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ലീഡേഴ്സായിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാവരുടെയും സഹകരണം ഇവിടെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ലഭ്യമാണ്. നമ്മളുടെ ഇന്ത്യ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മലയാളി കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽ നിന്നും ആദ്യമായി ഒരു ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ മെമ്പർ വരുവാനായി നമ്മൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ആശീർവാദവും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പ്രാർത്ഥനയും ഒപ്പം വോട്ടുകളും മറ്റുള്ള എല്ലാവിധ സഹായ സഹകരണങ്ങളും ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് വിനീതമായി അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. മലയാളി കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയുടെ പേരിലും എൻ്റെ വ്യക്തിപരമായ പേരിലും എല്ലാ ആശംസകളും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് വേണ്ടി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Koshy Thomas. I'm a candidate from City Council, New York City Council District 23. As you all know, I'm in this district alone for 27 years, and I have participated in so many community activities, even political activities including election campaigning, and also I have worked with a lot of candidates. Some of them got elected. That was actually not just by my own or individual effort, it was actually our joint effort. We worked together, we supported some candidates and some of them got elected. Now this time, about New York City Council District 23, the current council member, Honorable Mr. Barry Grunchik, he is retiring. So once when he announced the retirement, I saw a couple of people filing their petitions to get on the ballot. While I was watching that, I actually got a couple of calls and from my friends who know me for so many years. They said, Koshy, some people don't even live in this district. They are filing their petitions. Why don't you try? I thought about it. For almost 3 months, I was thinking, should I do it? And if I file a petition, what would be the impact or what will be the consequences? Or how am I going to face it? You know, from the city District 23 Democratic Party registered voters, including fundraising and the other community involvement. I thought all of that, and then I actually called most of my friends, texted most of my friends, and most of you would have got the text. I really asked everybody, this is the current situation. Should I come forward? Should I file a petition? Should I become a candidate? And most of you said yes. That's how, I came forward and I filed the petition. And luckily, things are going very good. As far as the signatures campaigning, we have to get at least 270 signatures. By God's grace first. Second is our friends' effort. With your effort, we have got almost 200 signatures. We need only 70 more. But you know the process. When you get the signatures, most of the signatures will be challenged. So the election campaign process or practice is usually we get 5 times of that minimum requirement. So my aim is to collect at least 1,500. That is going to be easily reachable. We have almost 20 more days, or I wouldn't say, like, to be on exactly, I think we have 17 more days to get that. Okay, but we don't want to wait till the last minute to get that signatures. We're going to come out aggressively and try to get those signatures ASAP. Now, regarding the fundraising, I had little, like, what I can say, obstacles or stumbling when I started the fundraising. But I mean, that's been a very joint effort, and finally we got everything in place, and we just got the accounts, including the campaign treasurer, and all the formalities were just completed 1 month ago. And today will be the 33rd day or 34th day. Within this 34 days, we have got, in total of fundraising, the total amount we got is $12,000. I would say only 12,000, on one part, and on the other side, I would say I'm so excited. I got $12,000. Okay, this is a joint effort of each and everybody, all of your participation. $12,000 raising in this COVID situation is not easy, but every penny counts, and most of you have participated, most of our friends have participated. They are still donating online and also via check. So we have got 12,000, but this is as of last Thursday. Now from Friday, today Saturday, funds are coming in, and I'm very confident that we'll be reaching, from the New York City alone, we should be reaching at least $20,000. If we get that, we will have enough funds to cover the campaign. Even otherwise, money is very important, but the support from the district, that's most important. And luckily, I have support from most of our friends from every community, since I've been in the same district, connected with our friends. I don't want to mention any community, but anybody, this district is actually filled or resided by almost all immigrants from various parts of the world. So I have direct connection, and with that we are progressing, and with this rapid catch up, I am pretty sure that we'll reach the required, what I can say, the guidelines, and all the required formalities will be met. And with that, I'm sure that we will win this race, because this is actually a joint effort of everybody. And so with this, we can. And all your suggestions, I know you all have suggestions. We'll discuss all that suggestions. Any questions I can answer. They are working from wherever they are, via phone or even online, internet, all those things. So thank you so much for coming, and I'll answer any of your questions. And in the meantime, I would request each one of you to say a few words, your observation so far, and we will follow up from that. Thank you so much. Next, I would pass on the mic to Mr. Kalathil Varghese. Actually, he is, to my knowledge, he is in the Democratic Party process almost, to my knowledge, 25. I know he's more than, he's experienced in Democratic Party more than that, 25 years or even 30 years. He's actually the Nassau County Democratic Party Vice Chair. So he has a lot of experience. Let's listen from him. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to congratulate Koshy, take this, decision to come forward to run for a city council. The courage and the passion he has shown is tremendous. It's not an easy decision to somebody to come forward and run for a the seat in the city council. So it's very, in fact, I tell you reason. I had recently we had two position in North Hampshire town for a council seat. I look for many of our community second generation. Even the Jerry Vattamala, I asked him to run again because this was a good opportunity because the other Republican guy was not running this time. So he said he's going to run. Then he called me back and, Uncle, I don't want it to run again. So I'm just saying that, even this position, I can recommend, I have the, I'm in the executive committee to bring our people to, to run for a position in a county level. But I bring that issue here because the reason that Koshy took this decision to run for this seat is very important decision he made, because of the financial situation, and he depending on the community, and he depending on the support from the community, and he is a dedicated person, he's an educated person, he has a courage, he can, represent our community too if he get elected. So I request each and every one, okay, whatever the way we can help him to, win this primary. That is very important things for this election. Okay, it's not an easy things. Okay, primary, I heard many candidates is running on the same seat. It is very important for all of us to work behind the scene and in the front scene. So I don't want to take too much time. Koshy will be a great candidate, and he can serve the community if he get elected. So all I request each and every one, support him in financially and support him in physically. The people who live in this area. I request Koshy, there is no point calling this meeting every week, bringing these people together. The important thing is that you need some committee people to go out each houses, distribute your flyer. That is the best way to win the election. Gathering every week is important, but that's not going to help you. I'm from Nassau, I don't have a vote. Many of people from Nassau coming here. And it's really, not going to help you. So the real help you want is people to work out with you and get the signature and get your name to be known to the people, community. That's the best way to win this election. That's all I can say. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Kalathil, for that suggestion. Now, the reason why we are gathering here is to give you all an update. And for your information, most of the personalities present here, they are doing the maximum in collecting the petitions. This 200 plus petitions came out for, the petitions are collected by registered Democrats. So all the registered Democrats from anywhere from the New York State can be part of the campaign committee, and they are actually bringing in. So it doesn't matter you're in Nassau County or in Queens or even upstate or Suffolk County, when you are a registered Democrat, when you actually bring in the registered signatures from the registered Democrats from the district, that's how things work. This is an update meeting, and most of them here are regular comers, and they are actually part of the committee. So we are progressing unitedly. We are catching up. Next, I have very immense pleasure in introducing. She doesn't need any introduction, Mrs. Lita Marat. Let's hear from her. She has a lot of experience in the New York City unions, and also she's an active member in the Democratic Party for so long. We're going to have this meeting very brief. Everybody going to say a few words within 30 seconds, and then we can come out for a feedback or a question and answer session. Thank you. Now let's hear from Mrs. Leela Marat.
Koshy Thomas, community leaders, and my dear friends. Yeah, we are gathering frequently for this great initiative, and like Kalatil said, we had to congratulate Koshy Thomas for taking this brave decision for running the New York City City Council. It is not easy. A lot of people have tried before, but we have to try again till we achieve it. We don't have yet an Indian American or Kerala, our own person in the City Council. That's a big position. We have to, help Koshy in every way. Like this is the first step, collecting signatures. We had to help, as many people. This Corona time, it is very hard. People have to go out, but still, to help him to collect signatures, then collecting funds, and later on, the main thing is to distribute flyer, door to door, and phone banking. Phone banking is a must. That is the most important thing. Means, as I told before, we have to take the list out and, divide it into groups and give to people, and they have to keep on calling, the list, remind them till the election day. That is the most important thing. And, you can distribute the flyers everywhere in the district. So, good luck and best wishes, and I ask each and everybody's support. Thank you.
Thank you, Leela ji. Next, I have my friend Mr. Ajit. He is actually a very well-known community activist. Whoever need any sort of help, Ajit is always there. Ajit and a couple of our friends here, they are always there. They are always reachable. So let's hear from Ajit. Ajit is playing a major role in actually helping me out.
നമ്മൾക്ക് ഏവർക്കും പ്രിയങ്കരനായ മിസ്റ്റർ കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസ്. ഞാനൊക്കെ സെക്കൻഡ് ജനറേഷനാണെന്ന് പറയാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് ജനറേഷനിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ നമ്മളുടെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയെ റെപ്രസെൻ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിലിലേക്ക് മത്സരിക്കുവാൻ തയ്യാറെടുത്ത കോശിയെ വളരെ ഹൃദയംഗമായി അഭിനന്ദിക്കുന്നു. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ എൻ്റെയും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽ നിന്നുള്ള സപ്പോർട്ടും നമ്മൾ വാഗ്ദാനം ചെയ്യുന്നു. നമ്മൾക്ക് ആദ്യമായി ഒരു ഇന്ത്യൻ അമേരിക്കൻ മലയാളി സെനറ്റർ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സ്റ്റേറ്റിലേക്ക് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെടുകയുണ്ടായി, നമ്മളുടെ ഓണറബിൾ സെനറ്റർ കെവിൻ തോമസ്. അതുപോലെ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിലിലേക്കും ആദ്യത്തെ ഇന്ത്യൻ അമേരിക്കൻ മലയാളി ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ മെമ്പറായി കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസ് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെടട്ടെ എന്ന് ആത്മാർത്ഥമായി പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. എല്ലാവിധ സപ്പോർട്ടും നേരുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Similarly, we have Mr. Epan George. He is actually president for WMC and so many other organizations. He has a lot of experience in the organizational achievements. He is also active in community plus church and whatnot. So, plus he's a local resident. He has a lot of connections. So let's hear from him. is a staunch supporter of our campaign.
ഈ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23 ഒരു റെസിഡൻ്റാണ് ഞാൻ. എൻ്റെ പേര് ഈപ്പൻ ജോർജ് എന്നാണ്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂൻസിൽ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഒരു മലയാളി ശബ്ദം ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റിയിലേക്ക് വരാൻ അതിന് ചങ്കൂറ്റം കാണിച്ച കോശിയോ തോമസിന് എല്ലാവിധ മംഗളങ്ങളും നേരുന്നു. ഈ കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂൻസിലെ ആൾക്കാരുടെ മാത്രമല്ല സപ്പോർട്ട്, നമ്മുടെ ന്യൂയോർക്കിലെ എല്ലാ മലയാളികളുടെയും ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ടാണ് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വിജയത്തിന് ആവശ്യം. കഴിഞ്ഞ നമ്മുടെ അജിത്ത് പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ സെനറ്റർ കെവിൻ തോമസിന് വേണ്ടി നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും പ്രയത്നിച്ചു. അതുപോലെ ഒരു കൂട്ടായ പ്രയത്നവും ഒരു ഫണ്ട് റേസിങ്ങും കൂടെ മാത്രമേ നമുക്കിതിന് സാധ്യമാകുകയുള്ളൂ. ഞങ്ങൾ കുറേ പേര് ഇതിനു വേണ്ടി പ്രയത്നിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എങ്കിൽ തന്നെയും എല്ലാവരുടെ പ്രയത്നവും സപ്പോർട്ടും പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എല്ലാ വിജയാശംസകളും നേരുന്നു.
Thank you, Ipanji. And now let's hear from Saji. Saji is also very active in the community, especially in the sports activities. He's actually belonging to New York Sports Club, and with his youngsters team, I know he can bring in a lot of support. So let's hear from him. Thank you.
He's the president.
Yeah, he's the president. Mr. President.
Thank you, Koshy. ന്യൂയോർക്ക് കൗൺസിൽ 23 മത്സരിക്കുന്ന കോശിയോ തോമസിന് എൻ്റെയും ഞാൻ പ്രതിദാനം ചെയ്യുന്ന ന്യൂയോർക്ക് മലയാളി സ്പോർട്സ് ക്ലബിൻ്റെയും നാമത്തിലുള്ള എല്ലാവിധ സപ്പോർട്ടും ആശീർവാദങ്ങളും നേർന്നുകൊള്ളുന്നു. എല്ലാവിധ മംഗളങ്ങളും എൻ്റെ സപ്പോർട്ടും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും.
Thank you, Saji. And next, let's hear from our Biju Chako. He doesn't need any introduction. He's a very actually entrepreneur. He's a successful entrepreneur. Plus, he is in so many associations. He is secretary in national and international organizations. And apart from that, whenever we need anything, especially when I make a call, he responds right away, and he's helping me a lot. And he has helped a lot of other elected officials. And so, his presence here is one of the biggest asset here. Thank you, and let's hear from Mr. Biju Chako.
Thank you, Koshy. I don't want to repeat myself what I said last week or this week. So it's so what I want to say to everybody who's gathered here, so what I can say is to start off with a quote saying, opportunity only knocks you one. So you have to understand what the opportunity is. So here Koshy is trying to make the opportunity work on his best interest or for the community. So he's trying to make a change. So we are here to support you for that change, to promote you to that level. So it's not an easy task. It's really a Herculean task. The 200 signatures that you got through the help of people present here was really very labor intensive. Today was the first day I went out in the field. Actually, I visited about 5 to 6 houses, and it was not easy. I had to spend about 15 to 20 minutes in each house to get about 3 to 4 signatures, explaining to them and all these things. So it's not. So what I ask you to do is, this is not enough. You need to identify more volunteers in this district. Okay, you need to come up, people living in this district, to go out for you and get 5 to 10 signatures a day to make this progress. I mean, not that we won't do it. I think everybody present here have their own schedule of things to do. Like myself, I also work. I do it on my day off. So without a big pool of volunteer, it's going to be very tough journey for you. So I ask you to get people to come up, volunteer time, divide the space. Okay, people are going to cover between certain X amount of streets, whatnot, so they can go get the task done. Okay, so you have to delegate things to people, so they have to go and take care of those things. Okay, I'm not saying anybody here is not doing it. They're all doing it above and beyond. So like me, first time today, I said I went out. It was not easy. It takes a lot of time to get everything properly done. But anyway, I'm with you through your journey. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Biju. Thank you for your suggestion. And like you said, we have the main team here, and we have subcommittees. And actually, you all have friends, and I know you all have deputed a couple of your friends to do or multiply what we are planning to do, and what we are getting that result. So that's how we have got. And a couple of people taking leadership full time 24/7, and one among that person who's taking that 24/7 effort is our own I would say my leader. We have to appreciate what we have got so far positively. Now, since the weather is getting better, I'm 100% confident that we will get 1,500. I will not stop. Now, I have taken 3 months leave from my job. I am on the street day and night. I mean, not night, day, almost like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right now, I was actually rushing around to meet the finance compliance. So I got the check. We need the minimum checks and all those things. It's been filed. There was a deadline. The monthly filing time was March 11. So I had to rush into that. That's been achieved to an extent. We have to get more, and we will reach there. I mean, everybody have the same problem, not only us. Now, multiplication. That's why I said we all have friends. Let's form them as our subcommittee. But make sure only registered Democrats carry this petition. I'm very, what I can say, I have to reiterate that. I have to give high importance to that. Only registered Democrats. My team, I have to disclose my team, my campaign. Only registered Democrats are carrying these petitions. That is very, one of the major requirement of the campaign. George Abraham, our beloved Kunyuan Chan, is with us. He has wide connection. So with his connection, I'm pretty sure if he appoints some subcommittees, we're going to get this 1,500 within days. Thank you. Let's hear from him. He brought a couple of personalities. We all seeing that. Thank you.
Thank you, Koshy. Let me join all of you also congratulating Koshy Thomas for tossing his hat in the ring for this election. I recollect a meeting I had with the current Attorney General Letitia James once in one of those receptions, and I said it's high time an Indian American should be represented in the city council. And you are all engaged in machine politics. That means the party seems to pick somebody, and then everyone endorses that person, and they go to the council. That way, we do not have much of a chance. It looks like, unlike many other red states where some of the Indians have been very successful, here in New York, it's all minorities, okay? So everyone is entitled. Everyone is the exception. So it has really been a very, very difficult task for us really to gain some ground anywhere. The other area where I thought we as a community failed is that we put too much emphasis on giving some money away, and take a photo with them and publish them and kind of take satisfaction out of that. So our community has become an ATM machine for the politicians here. And we never sit down and demand anything from them, okay? That's what the Bangladeshi community does. They will sit down the politicians, upcoming elected official who has a potential to succeed. They will say, look, we're going to deliver this, and what are you going to deliver us in return? And our community has been quite lackadaisical in that one. The reasons are manifold. I think one of the reasons may be that we are first generation Malayalis or Indians here. We came from our economic insecurity back home. So we are here, trying to get a footing, trying to succeed, and also seems to promote our children into positions or professions where we feel they are secure. So as a result of it, our own children are really, Chakochan rightfully said that he was looking for some younger generation, second generation youngsters really to run for the offices. We couldn't find it because they all have chosen their secured professions: doctors, engineers, IT professional, nurses, and so forth. So we really do not have people who are really interested really in public service. So I want to congratulate Koshy here, because Koshy really, he has been so active here. Okay, everybody knows Koshy, and he's involved in it, and he has a mindset for the community service, and he has empathy to help people, and also I think he has the right temperament, dealing with people, and he has the legal background too. Oh, speaking about backgrounds, let me tell you, if you look at the United States, I have told this story a few times before. Who runs this country? This country is really run by two groups of people. One, of course, lawyers who become public officials or become legislators or become bureaucrats. The other group is the guys who go to Harvard and Wharton College and Stanford Business School and become CEOs and COOs and all that. So these are the two groups really move the country. Everybody else is nothing but technicians, whether it is a doctor, whether it's an engineer, IT professional, or whatever. So our community somehow kind of failed to move many of our youngsters into that level of thinking, a line of thinking. So that's where our problem has been. So I don't know. I understand Chakochan's feelings here, because he said it very rightly. This is really not enough, because I also worked with Stanley Kalatara in his campaign. Unless we really get more people involved, somehow this is really an important aspect of it. We need to have separate committees. He shouldn't be worrying about, everything, collecting signatures, publicity, finance, it doesn't work like that. I think when I was looking at outside, I could see that some people who are collecting signatures for other people, they may be really on a payroll. Somebody is really paying for them. And we don't have that type of resources. So the only way really we can succeed is really to get our community more involved. I think that in order to do that, this is my feeling, the only people it looks like our community listen to are the priests or the pastors or whoever in the community. It looks like they seem to have more influence. So maybe we should really approach collectively a few of us into many of these churches and other places where these religious leaders really can wield a lot of influence. That way I think we can bring people in and get more volunteers, get it organized, and work hard. And I'll be going to India for a few weeks because of the elections, and I'll be back, and I pledge Koshy that I'll try to do the best I can in terms of talking to people or campaigning for you. But I wish you all the best. I think we have to be optimistic as well. We have to work together and be optimistic, and success will be ours. I think really looking forward to see the first Indian American in the City Hall.
I myself assess, sometime. I actually, as you all know, born in Kerala, brought up in Madras. I actually was fortunate to go into the best school in Madras metropolitan city, and I had the acquaintance with the different language speaking, especially from all people from all over the India. Like I had friends from Rajasthan, in Madras. I'm telling, I had friends from Delhi. I had friends from Andhra, Karnataka, you name, because Madras was the metropolitan city, and that connection has actually tamed me here. And as soon as I came in here, I had no problem in mingling with anybody, and I have built up that rapport. I started my my profession or my business in 2000 in 1993 from Jamaica Avenue 214. So fortunately I have connection from Afro-Americans, Asian Americans, Spanish Americans. I lived all these years in this different neighborhoods from Queens to Jackson Heights to even to stretching to Brooklyn. But what I'm trying to say here is I'm fortunate. I'm really fortunate because I'm getting a lot of support from various organizations. Yesterday I got an opportunity to talk in front of the New York State Democratic Party chairman, Jay Jacobs. Okay, who brought me that opportunity is one of the friend, not our hometown. Somebody else called me and said, Koshy, please come over. You have to talk at least 30 seconds of 1 minute. This is an opportunity. I got that recognition. So like that, we organize so many things. India Day Parade, whenever I speak here, our good friend Mr. Parambil George, he the moment after we speak around, he say, Koshy, it looks like you have a very good chance of bringing everybody together. So he is the one who put that in my mind. I've been thinking on it, sleeping on it, and finally the day has come. I think we can succeed. Let's hear from him. He's bringing in a lot of energy and enthusiasm to our campaign. Thank you. Mr. George Parambil.
Thank you, Koshy, for the nice introduction. First of all, let me congratulate you for your bold decision to come up for this position. Why I was telling you that you should run for this one, Koshy, I had an opportunity to work with Koshy for the Merchants Association. Koshy is the first one who came up and said, we will make this one success. A lot of Malayalis, we have a lot of Malayalis over here. We'll bring in a lot of Malayalis for the parade. Okay. Why? His strategy was, I'm going to bring 500 volunteers for the next meeting. I like that. Okay. This is the first time, he said, I can bring 500 volunteers. And, we all started looking each other's face. It's like, how is it going to get? But finally, anyway, how it has happened, whether we got the 500 volunteers or not, but he has got that commitment, that determination. That is something with Koshy. And Koshy can say, he can hold the mic, and he, unlike me, he'll be always able to talk. It's like, if he has the mic, you have seen him at the parade, at the stage, how he has performed all over the place. Anytime, he gets the mic, he has something to say. He's a good leader, and he can do that thing. And next thing is, the problem is the cash problem. And I saw his name, Koshy Cash. There's no problem for the money. He has got the funds, so we don't have to struggle for that thing. Okay, now thinking of this one, I would tell you this is the early generation, the first community over here. I had the opportunity to operate this place, Santoor. So I was the member of Chamber of Commerce over here, Glen Oaks Chamber of Commerce. I was the secretary, or I don't even remember what position I had it. So I was asked to go for the one of the community meeting. Community meeting was at this school over here, right over here. There's a school on 255 Street. I was asked to go and represent the Glen Oaks Chamber of Commerce. So I went out. I was a little bit late for the meeting, and the people are inside. Mostly, I look inside and I saw all the people are local American people, and I am the only one who has got. And I looked inside. The conversation, what is going on is these Indians. They put a word in front of that thing also. These Indians, they destroyed our community. This is what, it has been going on, it's like, and I put my head inside. Then I thought, I should not be going inside. I'm hearing all these things. And I came out. Then I thought, it is not something, I should not be. I was asked to go for the meeting. I should not be coming back. I went inside. Sat there, everybody started staring at me. It is not looking, they stared at me. And the pin drop silence, not even a word is coming out from there. And I never heard anything talking about, about the Indians. My presence, that made a big difference over there. I determined, that is when I made my first decision. See, we have to have representation. If we don't have the representation, this is what is going to happen. And I used to operate a business in Jamaica Avenue, Hillside Avenue, close to in Jamaica area. The city council, the first city council, Sheldon Leffler, years ago in 90s, he came, he passed by and he asked me, are you facing any problem? I said, a lot of problems. A lot of this community, they're coming and robbing me, they're stealing the items. So what do you want me to do? You want the police? I can put a patrol. And I didn't realize that he can do it. That evening, I saw petrol cars sitting in front of my store. So this is the city council, city councillors, they can do, and which our community doesn't know. And we had a lot of meetings over here. The city council came over here. All the community leaders came over here. The Martin Van Buren school, our Indian kids, they got beaten up by the bats, by the Italian kids that time. The community things. Nobody is there. They all know. Our community went through a lot of challenges. They got beaten up, but the people, somebody has to come out. It's like, Koshy, you're bold enough, you're there. It is not an easy job. Once you go over there, you'll be you're going to go through a lot of challenges, and I wish you all the best. There's a lot of things to say. The time is limited for 1 minute or 30 seconds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Parambil. We will, rise up to the expectation. Like he said, once when you have a representation, for example, Kevin Thomas, when Kevin Thomas came forward, there was nobody. Okay, only Biju, the number one guy, he actually stood up with him just as a friend. Now, Biju multiplied into hundreds and thousands. Biju brought in Ajit, and then Ajit called me, and then he called Matthew Thomas. I know the story. I know how things. From one, now we have a superpower in New York State. Okay, this is all possible. When you see something like, in the beginning stage, people think, oh no, this is not going to be possible. But if we put our energy together, the winning concept, that's what very important, and that we have it. And now with that concept, let me introduce somebody who know me since 1995. When they opened up the business door, when they unlocked the key, I was the first Malayali standing in front of the store and saying, okay, 2 Malayalis opening a new store. What am I going to do, or what is happening there? I was slowly watching, and that key was operated by the giant sitting here, the silent giant, Mr. Christopher Fernandez. I still remember that, days 95. He helped me a lot in the business to come up. 94, he helped me a lot. And even today, anything, even just by the WhatsApp text, he responds. So let's hear from him for 30 seconds. We're going to have a 30 seconds roundup. This is very important because we are talking within the home. Once when we are strong at home, we are accepted in the home, then flying high is definitely possible. So let's keep that momentum up. Mr. Fernandez.
Thank you, Koshy. ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടല്ലേ പഴയ രംഗങ്ങൾ? എനിക്കധികമൊന്നും പറയാനില്ല. പലരും പറഞ്ഞതെല്ലാം വീണ്ടും ആവർത്തിക്കേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്നവരെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, ചാക്കോച്ചൻ്റെ റെസ്റ്റോറൻറ്റിൽ മുമ്പ് കഴിച്ച അവിയൽ, എൻ്റെ ഒരു പേര് ഞാൻ കേട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത് നവരത്ന കുറുമ. നമുക്കിവിടെ ഒരു 2-3 നവരത്ന കുറുമകൾ ഒരുക്കാനൊക്കും. ഓരോ വ്യക്തിക്കും ഓരോ തരത്തിലുള്ള കഴിവാണുള്ളത്. ചിലർക്ക് ആളെ കൂട്ടാനുണ്ട്, ചിലർക്ക് ഒപ്പിടിക്കാനോ കഴിവുണ്ട്, പലതരത്തിലും കഴിവുള്ളവരുണ്ട്. നമ്മളെല്ലാം കൂടെ ഒന്നിച്ച് നിന്ന് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കോഷിയെ നിഷ്പ്രയാസം ജയിപ്പിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. എന്താ ഇത് സൈൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന പെറ്റീഷൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ സ്ട്രെസ് ചെയ്ത് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്, കുറച്ച് പെറ്റിക്കേഷൻ കൂടെ സംഘടിക്കുക. അതാരും ഇതുവരെയും എടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞില്ല. ഐ തിങ്ക് ദാറ്റ്സ് ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്, റൈറ്റ്? Petition and petty cash. Anyway, we all will work together in every way we can do, and wish you all the best. I'm sure you will be one of the person that going to take one of the chairs in City Council District 23. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Now, let me take 1 more minute, okay? Excuse me. Now, because see, the thing is, when Obama started, okay, I'm not a giant like Obama. He born with so many talents, a Harvard graduate and things like that. I'm a graduate from Madras. Now, fortunately, as he said, I'm a law graduate from Madras. I'm a law graduate from Toro Law School. But unfortunately, since I had to catch up with my life, I could not go for the bar exam. That's the biggest mistake I did. But when I was going for the preparing for the bar exam, couple of attorneys, they discouraged, Koshy, you're already doing good in real estate and mortgages. Of course, I was making a lot of money. That was the discouragement. Plus, I was little, lazy too, not, going for the bar exam. But I have that education, the legal background, the legal terms, whatever. I can, understand at least 10% or 15% of all the learned literates or American fluent, born American, all those things I can understand, at least 15%. So with this understanding, let me tell you, a person who is actually, what I can say, kindled, a person who kindled American politics from nothing to, he's the sixth person. His name is Andrew Yang. We all know that. He became a presidential candidate. He came up with the concept saying what? He came with that, he said $1,000 for all, $1,000 for all. This is what his concept was. Okay, what he said was, when Martin Luther King came, he came up with a suggestion. That's how Martin Luther King became popular. He said guaranteed minimum income. Okay, because to wipe off the poverty, people are struggling. Where do you get this, guaranteed minimum income? Alaska, even today, Alaskan government is giving $1,000 or minimum whatever to the Alaskan residents. Okay, now this guy Andrew Yang, I'm not trying to support him or quote him, but I'm telling the concept of how people are catching up. Okay, he came up with $1,000 for all. He mentioned about MLK's minimum. He is coming up with the universal basic income. Okay, the same thing, I was researching onto this, and I said, if Obama can catch up with the SV can, or Trump can become president with just a concept of make America great again, those slogans are very important. So with all that effort, I found this $1,000forall.com. Some people might laugh at it. People might laugh at it, but let me tell you, the moment I say $1,000forall.com, my opponents, they are listening to me. Now the people who are in need are looking at it. Okay, with a basic, very minimum income, minimum knowledge, I said $1,000 for all. Why I said this, now in today's economy or politics, what we need is economic stimulation. People can say better road, better transportation, better health care, better social security. All those things are standard, stagnant politics. It's all repeated verses. Now what I'm saying is a little different. What I'm saying is stimulate New York City, bring in more tourists. How you can bring in tourists? When you give them tax credit for New York City shoppers, we travel all the way to Suffolk County for the factory outlet to get that tax break when you shop something. We go to Woodbury Commons, Connecticut, to get that tax break. What I'm saying is the New York City 5 boroughs shoppers should get tax credit at least for 2 years. That's why I say tax credit for New York City shoppers. Okay, homeowners, when I bought the house, it was $3,300 Queens property taxes. Today it's $7,300. A lot of people lost job because of the pandemic situation. Now you have to give a break to the homeowners, at least $1,000 break. Okay, small businesses, a lot of small businesses losing business onto the internet company. Internet companies, they are not paying taxes to the city, state, not even to the nation. They are making billions of billions, right? Now how you can beat that? You give a tax break to the small business guys. Okay, you give at least a $2,000 tax break for the small business guy, and then he can catch up. He can compete with the internet companies. Okay, we all know a lot of businesses, real estate going. So that's why I came up with 1,000. There's nothing better than this. This is catching up. Really, it's catching up. Okay, we all think it's very simple. Now I was concentrating on the petitioning and the minimum requirement fundraising, and once when that's there, I'm going to blast this $1,000forall.com. This is a very good concept. We can catch up, and I'm 100% confident on that. So now you all know the winning strategy. We're going to build it up. Let's hear from Mr. Matthew Thomas. He's the community board member. Let's hear from him. Thank you. ഓണം. നിങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നൊന്ന് കേൾക്കണം, റെക്കോർഡ് ചെയ്യണം. നാളെ നിങ്ങൾ
എനിക്ക് പരസ്യമില്ലാതിരിക്കുന്നതാണല്ലോ നല്ലത്. കോശിയെ കഴിഞ്ഞ 22 വർഷമായിട്ട് എനിക്കറിയാം. I support him fully and he's a good man, no doubt about that. I have my vote, my children's vote as well as my wife's. So that is number one. I have a couple of suggestions I want to make. That's why
Okay, go ahead.
petitions, that's the number one, right?
Yeah.
We need 50 people. One form each. Maybe the second form you give to them, but one form each, that is 500. 50 people we need. Okay, we have to find out that. Within a week, we can resolve this matter. We don't have to go over and over and over. You know, that is number one. Koshy, I know you are tired. When you talk too much, everybody sitting here, if more you talk, it's going to get tired. Minimize the talk. Biju or whoever is a leader, I want them to talk. So you will be more, a little more easier for you.
Okay.
Because when you talk 1 hour or more than 1 hour, it's difficult.
I want to recognize everybody who all done work. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just a recognition.
Okay. Thank you very much, and I fully support you. Okay. Don't worry.
Let's now hear about from Mr. Raju Abraham. No, they are coming up.
Okay, anyway, this evening I learned proverb. Thank you, sir. Sukkillada kasaya illa. Adu mari Koshy illada meeting illa. Any meeting you go, Koshy will be there, whether it's Malayalam meeting or Tamil meeting or India Association meeting or something else, religious meeting, he will be there. So today I didn't want to come here. He called me and I didn't want to come because I was working. I work Saturdays and Sundays. I finished at 5 o'clock. Then I was debating in my mind, should I go or not? Like in the middle of pandemic, a friend of mine was leaving and I called him. I said, I'm going to give a farewell party for a friend. Can you make it? He didn't ask any questions. He was there for me. And then another thing is like I sell masks. Sir, I need your help. Like I want to sell some masks. And he said, okay, I will introduce a friend of mine. And he called me in the middle of pandemic season to a bar and introduced me to someone. When such a person is calling, how can I say no? So I said, no, I have to go. So I'm here. And above everything else, he said, he is my brother. So what else is there? So I'm here to support him. And I know you all are. Either you are friends or well-wishers of Koshy. So let's promote him. Let's not bring in the Malayali thing or Indian thing. Above everything else, he is for city council, and we will approach the issue from different angle. And it's not going to be easy. Like Sir said, it was not a negative thing. It is real. It's not easy. We have seen Stanley Kalatara's episode. Okay. I was there. I tried to help him, and he was the one who was making it happen. They brought Mammootty and all those things. Like I was there. How I wished, like he would be there, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But let's not go through it again. And this time is our chance. Let's make him and let him go there. Okay. So I'm there to support him. You come up with your suggestions in whatever way we can, and I'm willing to spend the time. Let's do it. Let's see him there. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Since he mentioned a giant's name, I don't want to say, because without his consent, I cannot say anything. But let me assure you, if we are strong at home, we have giants in the back. I guarantee you, I can bring giants. Okay, let's make a stronger appeal within the hometown, and we all know, we can make it happen.
Hello, dear Mr. Koshy, and our passionate friends of Mr. Koshy. I'm very happy and privileged to be here. So Koshy was inviting me many times. The meeting is going on here. I'm contesting the city council. I told him from the very beginning, I'll be very happy. Unfortunately, I don't have any vote because I'm a little bit recent immigrant to the United States. So I don't have any vote, but I know some of my friends who are registered Democrats. Even yesterday I spoke to a local, he's actually from Colombia, but he's born and brought up here. He has many relatives. He assured me, George, definitely I will make it convenient to come to the meeting, but he couldn't make it here. But he will help me to solicit some registered Democrats' votes for him. So in that way, last week I went to a Malayali family with your flyer, I just gave to her, oh, I know this man. Definitely, George, I will be very happy to help him. So there are many people who know you. So I'm really very happy to work with you. And this time we should see that Koshy comes out with flying colors. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.